There is this saying, what do you get when you remove all legitimacy from a government? A common criminal or thief. This video is about the cost staying versus leaving. Remember in the last video I've told you I'm leaving Germany and the European Union. If you think leaving is expensive, staying costs far more, my friends. The German taxes and insurance and bureaucracy is so much higher versus the freedom abroad, especially when you make the right decisions that I believe I have made. So here is one of the major reasons why I've made this choice. With all of the different taxes applied to you at the same time, plus the 19% value added tax, which is going up, and also means that when you spend that money that's already been taxed, you're getting taxed a second time, and the carbon dioxide tax that's already in all of the fuel, and it's getting much more soon, potentially restricting movement and freedom further, you end up with around 50 to 70% total taxation. Especially when you have your own business with company tax that also requires you to have your own private health insurance, you far exceed any costs of living abroad. How are you gonna build wealth for yourself like this? How are you gonna build a future, right? But yeah, when it comes to the costs of staying versus leaving, living abroad has a relatively clear amount of expenses, right? You have your company, perhaps with an office. You have a visa that you may have to renew every now and then. Some countries require a medical check or something like this. And you need probably an international health insurance. So that's basically it. And now, depending on whether or not you have chosen a country that requires you to be in this country, you may have to have an apartment and live there too. But that depends on what choices you have made. There are countries that don't require you to live there at all, while still maintaining the tax and company structure in this country and your residency, right? So you can cheaply live somewhere else entirely if you wish. More about this in an upcoming video, like I said. To make it short, the costs of leaving are much smaller than the ones of staying, even if you consider that the setting up of the new business structure and visa in the new country will in the first year probably cost you a little more than in the later years to maintain it. Let's imagine you pay, for example, $9,000 to set everything up for this 1 year. In the next year, maybe it's only $7,000 per year to maintain the visa and the business structure and everything, right? Depending, of course, on what place and location you choose. You will save tremendously by leaving. And the only problem is making all that happen, right? Selling your entire life, building it back to just 2 suitcases, and then to leave. This is also what I'm going through and what I'm gonna show you as well. So we're gonna experience all that together, my friends. Thank you guys for watching. This is Flexit, and I see you hopefully in the next video. Manny signing off. Bye-bye, my friends.